reunited and it feels so good. Guess what we're watching today? Got my line. We're watching Hershey's Chocolate Kisses, episode 41. Now, in the previous episode, the Raeanne that I know and love returned to me. And you know what? I know a part of me in the back of my head says that I still should be shady with her because she did not apologize for the horribleness as of yet. It's only been one episode. She has not apologized for the awfulness that she has done to my poor Papa Koala Bear and my Moran, for the way she treated them from episodes 36 to 39. She has not apologized. But I'm of a mind right now that I'm just going to pretend that 36, 37, 38, and 39 did not exist. Did not happen. It was just a figment of my imagination, a bad nightmare that I had, if you will. So I'm just going to put those episodes out of my mind. If we ever get to the point where she does apologize, great. If not, I'm just going to pretend that was a different woman. That was a different person. Because the way my Raeanne stepped up in episode 40, y'all, I was so proud of her. She stepped up and she saved her man. Granted, got a little away from her, where it was sort of like a runaway train that led to them suddenly declaring that they were going to divorce each other, which Raeanne realizes that, whoa, that went a little further than I intended to. But Moran, for some reason, thinks that it's a good idea. Because he's decided that he's going to try and get back in with Creepy Grandma and somehow convince her that he is back on board with her revenge plan, because he thinks that this is going to help him figure out a way to stop her. No, I think that plan has less of a chance of working as Hottie McWeirdo's plan, a newspaper dude's plan, of saying that he got shot because Hottie McWeirdo was out hunting and accidentally shot him. I think that ridiculous plan has a better shot of working than my Moran pretending that he is now back on board with Creepy Grandma. Yeah, I don't think she's going to buy it, because she, as far as we've seen, is smarter than that, and I think it's going to blow up seriously in Moran's face. Papa Koala Bear is not happy, understandably, because he does not know of Raeanne's plan, that the whole Moran shooting newspaper dude was to save him from Creepy Grandma, because otherwise Creepy Grandma's guy was going to kill newspaper dude. And Papa Koala Bear is a tad upset. Little bit. He's not willing to listen to Moran. Now, I will say this. I love my Papa Koala Bear. And See, this anger that he has, it's different. Like, it's still in character for me. It's not the way that Raeanne reacted to her learning that she was adopted, which was stupid and horrible, and we will just forget that ever happened. But just for the purposes of argument, people who will say, oh, how can you, like, forgive Papa Koala Bear, but you can't forgive Raeanne? Papa Koala Bear's relationship with Moran was just starting to get to a good place of not necessarily friendship, but they were civil with each other. They were starting to respect each other. It was wonderful, and it was weird, and I loved it. But he didn't have that, like, emotional love and connection with Moran. So his learning to trust Moran was still new. So the fact that he thinks Moran turned around and betrayed him, while he's angry about it and disappointed about it, he's not necessarily betrayed. His anger is sort of justified because he wasn't, it wasn't completely out of the realm of possibility that Moran would be lying to Papa Koala Bear. Papa Koala Bear chose to believe Moran, but, you know, the relationship was still new. So Papa Koala Bear's anger, in my opinion, is justified. And because I said this, Papa Koala Bear is the most logical, down-to-earth, caring man in all of Turkey that I know of. In all Turkish television. Now, granted, I've only seen a few Turkish shows, but, and actually in Wounded Love, the Vatan Anim, I can't pronounce it, he actually played a sleazy prime minister dude, so it was kind of weird seeing him be this lovely, darling koala bear. But of the shows that I've seen, he is, without a doubt, the most loving, caring, down-to-earth, logical character that I've ever seen so far. By the way, so we found out who Raeanne's real father is, and it's Hottie McWeirdo's right-hand man. Mafi. We'll call him Mafi. So Mafi is Raeanne's dad. And he doesn't seem like an assbutt. He doesn't seem like sort of the way that they've been building up him to have been this, like, jackass guy who abandoned Mama Koala Bear, and you know, he actually seems like he cares about Raeanne. So that was a shock. I did not see that coming. Moran almost found Hottie McWeirdo's Raeanne room, and he lost his shit over one picture. I live for the day when he sees the room. That will be very, very fun. Oh, and before we get started, let me congratulate Newspaper Dude and Goody, who, as I said before, I was always heard that they were they a couple, weren't they a couple, were they a couple? Apparently, they are a couple. And as of this past weekend, they are a married couple. They got married. Congratulations to them. They make the most beautiful couple. It's stupid. It's wonderfully, beautifully, stupidly beautiful couple. And if they have children, they will have the most beautiful children that I think I will ever see. So congratulations to them. Oh, and on the show, we're so proud of my Goonie. She was like, to mention McCrazy, she was like, yo, I am out. This shit, I am out. And she left the crazy house and suitcase in hand, and she's gonna go live in the hotel that she works at. So, yay, I'm so proud of her. Oh, and Mama Goonie now knows that her son's alive. So, and Hottie McWeirdo being behind the revenge and the notes and that's disappointing. That's disappointing to me because it has nothing to do with, in my opinion, the revenge between Creepy Grandma and Asshat Grandpa. And really, him being behind the revenge doesn't really mean much because it's only about her lying about him having died to her mother, to his mother. Like that's what he's mad about. The fact that, you know, that she told Mama Goonie that her son had died. That's what his big revenge is. Like, that's the main revenge of this show? Really? If it is, it's really weak and has nothing to do with Creepy Grandma or Asshat Grandpa. So I'm hoping that it's something else. I'm hoping that there's actually a, like, you know, because Creepy Grandma's revenge has to do with Asshat Grandpa, and I'm happy about that. But the person who was working against her, I didn't want it to be just some random kid who was pissed off because he wasn't raised with his family. No. It should have been someone in that story between Creepy Grandma and Asshat Grandpa. I would have been so happy if it was either Mama Dilly, who wasn't actually dead after all, or Asshat Grandpa's wife, who wasn't actually dead after all. I would have loved that. I don't, again, we're only an episode, we're going to be starting 41. We'll see what's going to happen, but yeah, I'm not happy if it's just Hottie McWeirdo behind this revenge against Creepy Grandma. But let's focus on the positive, and that is reunited, and it feels so good. Let's get started, shall we? Before I keep singing and you guys die of secondhand embarrassment for me. So here we go. Episode Hershey Chocolate Kisses, episode 41. Let's do the thing. That piece of garbage. I knew it. I knew there's no way he wants Raeanne for himself. There's no way that he was going to give that information. I knew as soon as Mama Goonie found it. Why? Now, the only other person, I'm sorry if the lighting's getting a little wonky because it's like almost nighttime now. I'm doing this reaction a little later than I usually do my reactions, but I started a new job now, so it's sort of, my schedule's sort of a little wonky. A new evil day job. Yeah. I knew that as soon as Mama Goonie was the one to find that mother-ing letter, that it was going to go sideways, that it was going to ruin that part of the story. That is the one thing that I am, I think, mad about in this episode. Apart from Asshat Grandpa, who I'm always mad at asshat grandpa, because I've always hated asshat grandpa. I never bought the whole, like, oh, he's starting to be redeemed now. Bullshit. Bullshit. The only reason that he was even acting nicer to Raeanne was because he was mad at Twat Waffle. That was the only reason. He was always a misogynistic piece of shit. He will always be a woman-hating, misogynistic piece of garbage. Though I understand him not buying Creepy Grandma's truce, because no way in hell would I have bought that goddamn truce. No way in hell would I believe that she was willing to give up her revenge. No way in hell. And I'm sorry, but I don't believe it, because she wasn't willing to do it for Skittles, who she loved. I'm supposed to believe that she's willing to do it for Hottie McWeirdo. Why? Because he's a boy? Are we back to that shit again? Because he's a grandson and Skittles was a girl? Really? So I'm not willing to give up my revenge for you, who I love, Skittles, because you have a vagina, but I'm going to give it up for my grandson because he has a penis. That's the difference between how important your revenge is to you? A vagina and a penis? Really? Please. If that's the reasoning, then fuck you, turkey. I said what I said. I'm not taking it back. I don't apologize. Fuck you, turkey, if that's your opinion. If that's your justification. Ferret. I love that boy so much. I need that boy to find some true love for himself, because he deserves all the good things. He deserves everything. And he had like the passports ready and all the documents ready, and he was like, take it and go. Just take it and go and be happy. And live your best lives, my babies, because I ship you. It's so hard. He just wants them to be happy. Ferret is like me. It's me and Ferret and Miliki are keeping this ship ashore, keeping this ship afloat. I don't understand Hottie McWeirdo's plan. I don't understand who he's against, who he's for. I understand the part that's he's playing creepy grandma and he wants her to believe that he's on her side even though he's not. I don't understand how the Shagalagas fit in with this plan, and if he's against them or if he's not. I don't understand that part of it. I don't understand the Shagalagas part of his revenge against creepy grandma. Ferret keeps showing up at not Ferret. Moran keeps showing up at Raeanne's damn house. He's gonna get himself killed. I understand that you're thirsty for your wife, but you're gonna get yourself killed. My girl. Let's talk about my girl, shall we? Let's talk about my Raeanne and how awesome she is. How she kept on with her fight to keep her man safe. Going along, going back to frickin' house of misogynistic bullshit. That's what we'll call the Shagalaga house. The misogynistic house of bullshit. And agreeing to the divorce and almost going through with the divorce, but then having the last minute inspired idea to claim that she was pregnant, though I gotta say, if she had actually been pregnant, I would have been pissed, because we saw no hint that any conception took place. So when there's a baby, I want to be aware of when this baby was conceived. Like I said, I don't need intimate, I don't need to see anything, but I need to see a love scene and know that that is what led to a conception of an actual baby. But her lying and saying that she was pregnant to buy time for them to figure out a better plan later. She bought herself a couple of months. And it calmed Papa Koala Bear down, because his priority has always been Raeanne. But her telling him that she was pregnant made him take a step back and realize that, hopefully, it seemed to make him realize that his anger towards Moran was not going to help Raeanne. Hopefully, this leads to him, being willing to listen to Moran again at some point soon. The scene with Grandma Dilly. Let's have a conversation. I have been saying this whole time that I don't like this revenge plan because it's Hottie McWeirdo being pissy because he wasn't raised with his family. That's a weak-ass motivation for 2 seasons of, I guess it was season 2 when we started hearing that there was somebody else who was against Creepy Grandma and working against her. So we'll say for 1 season's motivation of actions to just be because this one dude was pissed that he wasn't raised with his family. And I said I would be happy if, I'm even happier with the fact that it's Raeanne's actual father, biological father, who has some play into this revenge plot against Creepy Grandma. I don't know why, but I find it more legitimate with that, a more stronger reason for him to have some kind of revenge motive against Creepy Grandma. But I said, it doesn't make any sense. I want it to be either Asshat Grandpa's wife is still alive, or even Mama Dilly. Now, are you telling me that, and again, do not answer this question, please, I do not want to be spoiled, but I'm just talking out loud. Are you telling me that that woman who Grandma Dilly saw, who freaking looked like death coming to kill her, who looked like an assassin, was Mama Dilly, was Moran's actual mother, that she's actually alive? Because I'm very excited by that idea if it's true, but I'm also conflicted, because where the hell has she been all these years, letting her son being raised by that psychopath of an old woman? But we'll put a pin in that, because we don't know even if what I'm thinking is true. So we'll just put a pin in that little conflicted feeling for now, and just think about the fact that it could be Mama Dilly. I need Mama Koala Bear to come home. I understand that the actress is off on maternity or whatever. But I need her to come back. Or even, please, you know, give me a temporary actress to come in and be, okay, on Days of Our Lives or like General Hospital or Life to Live, any of those soap operas. Well, Life to Live is over now, God rest third. That soap opera is so such a good one. But Days of Our Lives, General Hospital, whenever like an actress comes on to like temporarily play a role, it'll say the role of Felicia Jones is temporarily being played by. And you know that that person is just filling in. They could have done that with Mama Koala Bear, because as there's a hole there that needs to be filled, that all the storylines are kind of being written around because she's not there for the storylines to progress. And I understand, of course, she's a woman, she had a baby, she deserves her maternity leave. But you're part of an ongoing show that is being written. You need to be, your character needs to be there. So, can they not hire like a temporary actress to sort of fill in for her? I don't know. But yeah. But again, awesome episode. Absolutely loved it. Loved it, loved it. As mad as I am about creepy ass hat grandpa, I'm not surprised about his reverting back to being a misogynistic piece of shit, because he's always been a misogynistic piece of shit to me. Not surprised. I never bought his nice guy act, ever. So, apart from that, I think that's going to be it for this week's video. That was fantastic. Season 3, you are not playing around. You are redeeming yourself. Well done. Well and done. So I guess that's going to be it for this week's video. Make sure, again, to like and make sure hit the like button on this video, subscribe, because I learned that the likes and comments and subscribes help with the YouTube algorithm to help people find the video, so that makes it more like, it'll show up more in like search results and that kind of stuff. So make sure that you like and all that stuff. Again, not sure about the Patreon thing, still working on it. We'll see how it goes. I signed up for the account, but I'm still kind of figuring it out. I have, I think, 40 ready to go, but I'm not sure how the uploading thing works because of copyright with like different, like I don't understand how, if I can't upload a video to like Vimeo, how is Vimeo a link that I can use in Patreon to upload it to Patreon? I'm confused by that. I don't understand it. But once I figure it out, we'll try the Patreon thing. But for now, we'll just do it the old way, where I'm doing it on YouTube with the preview clip and the link to my regular reaction, and then my YouTube reaction will be on my new reaction channel, which I've already have, I think, 34 up there. And I think I fixed the copyright on that. I think it's okay. So I'm going to try 35 next and see how that works. But for now, that is going to be it. So follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/authorejamie. Like my Facebook page at facebook.com/authorejamie, and I will talk to you guys next time. Reunited, and it feels so good, my girl. I don't know if you can see. It's a little bit better. There we go. Look at this queen. Look at this queen over here. My baby's back. My baby's back, and I'm so happy.